Hi, it's Lisa Mallis, your time strategy visionary, and I want to talk to you a little bit about my challenge of being a hyper-focused person stuck in a world where I feel that I have to behave as a hopper. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about hyper-focus and hopper, then I invite you to check out Sina Block's TSSI, which is Time, Space, Style Inventory. It helps you determine how do you work best as far as time management skills, and also how do you organize your space best. There's a link for that below. Anyway, back to my story. I like to focus straight ahead, do one task at a time until completion. However, I have so many things on my plate by choice, totally not complaining, love the variety of activities I get to do. I feel like I'm a product of my environment though, that I need to hop from task to task and in order to keep things moving forward. So instead of spending like 3 or 4 hours a day on one thing and getting it finished, I find that I spend an hour on one thing and then jump to something else, an hour on that, and an hour on that, so I can move it forward. And so what I've done to switch things around a little bit and get to a place where I feel like I am much more comfortable in how I attack my day is I've tried to insert some of my hyper-focus personality into the hopper lifestyle, if that makes any sense at all. And so what I mean by that, you find yourself in a place where you want to work on one thing for large chunks of time. However, you're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. These tips may help you also. So the first thing I did was, instead of blocking my schedule to work on 3 or 4 projects for an hour each day, I spread that out and I worked on one project for 2 or 3 hours on Monday, one project for 2 or 3 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That allowed me to put some single focus and at the end of the week still move 3 or 4 projects forward, which is what I was doing each and every day. The other thing I've done is I've blocked in one day every month, which is a get it done day. And on that day, I close off everything, no appointments, no email, nothing, for about 6 hours. And I just do what the day says, get it done. I work on one project and I knock it out of the park for that one day. The other thing I've done to allow myself that luxury of hyper-focus versus hopping from one thing to another is I only check email in the morning and the afternoons now. And I leave the middle of the day open for client appointments, and I try to block those together, and then productive working time. That way I'm not breaking up my day into small bites. I'm giving myself bigger blocks to choose from. And then finally, I have turned off the distractions, everything. When I am in that hyper-focus time, the phone is off, the email is closed, all the other browsers on my web page everything's closed. So all I have available to me to look at is the project that I'm working on. And to make sure that I don't get lost in that, because that's one of those things that those of us who love to hyper-focus, we can get lost in the time, is I set a timer to go off when my allotted time on that project's done. I hope these tips are helpful for you if you find yourself in the same place I am. You would love to focus on one thing, however you have so many things on your plate that you find that you have to bounce between each of them to move forward. Lisa Mallis, your time strategy visionary, wishing you a productive, rewarding, and fun day.